Well, as with every season, there are some new looks now for men's spring fashion. So joining us now is one of the stylish men I know, Mr. Edo Popken. Hello.
Thank you very much.
Always great to see you. You always look
here.
fantastic. You mix patterns and colors, and you do it in such a tasteful way.
Well, thank you for the flowers again.
All of your looks do that, though. So, so spring trends for men, I feel like they change a little bit from year to year, but I think remain the same with pops of color and different textures. And what are we looking forward to this year?
Well, I think color definitely stays important, and we'll see more color throughout the lines and throughout the season. Starting off a little bit harsh here with the weather, though.
No, we're ignoring it.
It's on its way.
Yeah. Is there a particular color that stands out? I know for women, every year there seems to be like one Pantone that is, that's really hot.
Yeah.
Is it like that for men or not so much?
Well, Pantone is a little bit overrated when it comes to that, looking at the men's apparel side of the business. We have to make sure it's a manly color. Mm-hmm. And I picked a very specific red that is a little deeper than the brighter reds, and is enough of a difference to the orange that I'm wearing today.
Yeah, because it does have like a little bit of an orange hue to it, but a deeper hue. It's really pretty.
Yeah, we would call it Swiss red because it's almost like the color of the Swiss flag, but it's a little deeper than that.
And
has more blue
you
tones
have a
in
little bit of an affinity to that, don't you?
A tiny bit, yes.
That's really nice, and I like the navy too. It's not even navy; it's a little lighter.
Yeah, it's more like a royal blue
Mm-hmm.
or palace blue, as we call it when you talk in Pantone. Mm-hmm. It's a very, I would say, versatile way of combining a more traditional classic color with a more fashionable color. And here you got the American flag again. Red, white, and blue.
Okay, now I want to ask you something about your button-down shirts.
Yes.
Because one of the problems that Scott always has when he's wearing a button-down, and it really almost doesn't matter who the designer is, I think except for maybe yours, that second button is he can't unbutton it. If he unbuttons it, it's too far down, and if he buttons it up, it's too far up.
Yeah. Just take your jacket off real quick, Brandon. It's interesting that you mentioned that, and here you can see it very well. He has the collar button and the next one, and if he would close that, even though he's very well built, it depends on the fit. It has to be the athletic fit for this type of guy, and it's very important that the second one below the collar has less space in between than the next one's following down.
Right.
And that's we figured it out pretty well. And
you really did, and that's it's a problem that women don't really understand, but men, if you're watching, do as far as button-down shirts go. So,
yeah, we don't do décolleté
bravo.
so much here on the men's
not
side.
so much, not so much. And then you've got to have the chains and the chest hair, and it's a bad thing.
Yeah, we don't like that so much either.
Okay, let's take a look at this other. This is a really beautiful green.
Yeah.
So really primary tones that you're using too, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. Green has always been a difficult color for men because sometimes when it's too blue, it's very cold and it doesn't go with the color of your skin tone. I'm choosing a slightly warmer green that's still fresh enough to be worn spring, summer, and even fall. But it has a little bit depth to it, and then the material, the microfiber material on the outside, and the real nice lining inside. It's the same lining we use for our suits, so it's really high-end viscose taft that we're using there that makes it really wearable throughout all seasons and weather. And even if you just wear something with short sleeves underneath, it feels nice on your skin because you're not wearing synthetic fibers.
And I like the white. Let's talk about the material you used for they're like chinos kind of, right?
Yeah, it's a 100% cotton twill. It's a pretty fine fine cotton yarn that we used here, and then we just added a little bit of the stitching. If you turn to the side a little bit towards some orange stitching here. We have the navy piping on the pockets, and if you just take off the jacket,
gives that designer look, doesn't it?
It just adds something to a white pant that's usually very boring.
Yes.
And we just fancy it up a little bit, and you can see on the belt line and the buttons and the button thread, so that all the slight details that just make it not an ordinary white pant really do something to the style.
Can we talk about white pant etiquette for men?
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay, so when is it appropriate to wear a white pant, and when is it a little over the top?
Well, I would say for every black tie event, you should not walk in with a white. And I'm saying that because there's off-white and then there's optic white. This is what we call optic white. So an off-white, 100% wool tux could do, but an off-white can't. So don't ever walk into that kind of event with a snow white or optic white. And then we have dinners. I mean, if they're clean, and that's really the problem with white pants, they have to be really pristinely clean, no spot, nothing, flawless. If you walk and you have your little marks from your shoe polish on the inside of your seam, you can't do that.
And if you're a messy eater, do not wear white pants on a date.
Right.
Don't do it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you for sharing these looks with us, Edo.
Oh, my pleasure.
Of course, people can come visit you.
Yeah.
And they can order whatever look that they'd like to have, because everything is custom made, correct?
Yeah, we do a lot of customization for people that need a specific size, and we can fit them to measure. So everything that we do, from all the tailoring part and as well as shirts and sport coats, suits, we offer a customization program.
Beautiful. We love it. Okay, are you ready to warm up? Aren't you? Yes,
I am.
I know we are
it's
too.
cold.
How about
Out.
a cruise? How's a cruise sound to you? This could be good cruise wear too.
Oh, absolutely. It's a very, very boaty kind of outfit, and very maritime inspired with the navy, and you have those little color edges just here to give it a little more.
Before I send us to our next segment, tell us about the event that you have going on.
Oh, we have several ones, so I actually need my PR agent to follow up with all that. But we have an event going on at our store on Dragon Street on Friday from 5 to 7. And where I'll just be there and socialize a little bit with our lovely customers and friends.
And it's a great place to go if you have specific questions about what goes with what. I know men sometimes can be, it's challenging for them to try to build a wardrobe, and you're so good at helping them do that.
Yeah, I love to do that when I'm here, and it helps to educate my staff as well. So I like to take advantage of the fact that I'm just physically here, and so I want everybody to come and gather and talk and chat, and I'll show them the new things and what we can do with it.
I love it. Okay, let's talk about a cruise now.
Okay.
How about going to paradise, where you'll be pampered and treated like royalty? Oh, it sounds great. Okay, stay tuned for details on a Mediterranean cruise that has smooth sailing with your budget in mind.